Hey, Love Tankers. We are here with Love Theory by LoveTank. I am going to wait just a few moments while people jump on the live. Today, we're going to be discussing page number 7. Page number 7 in Love Theory. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I know I am. My son is in town, so I am taking full advantage of spending time with my godson and his mom. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to spend time with my family. But we are going to be discussing some shade today. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to be discussing a segment in Love Theory by LoveTank. But yesterday, we took my son to the safari, the animal safari. I cannot wait to share the video. I have like an hour and 30 minutes to edit. It was so much fun. The animal safari is so much fun, but it is so scary. Like the animals literally are right here and they are hungry. They want food. Okay? They want food. So it was so much fun. I had to drive because me driving was a sense of control. So when I am ready to get away from an animal, I'm ready to get away from that animal. I'm not waiting. I'm not lollygagging. It's go time. So I can't wait to share that, edit that video and share that video with you guys. But it's going to wait a few more moments and then we'll go ahead and start Love Theory by LoveTank. So if you guys have not purchased Love Theory is available on Amazon and also on LoveTank.com. LoveTank.com. So it's available on Amazon, but also available on our website, LoveTank.com. I am going to be doing a live video sharing Love Theory quotes that I've written in the book every week so that we can deep dive and discuss what is actually in the book. So the whole point of Love Theory is so that there's starter conversations with your significant other or somebody that you're dating or somebody that you are just your friends and family, just to kind of talk about things in relationships. So we're just not thinking of the normal stuff that we typically think about. So just a few more moments and I'm gonna go ahead and start. Today, if you do have Love Theory, we are going to be discussing page 7 of Love Theory. And this quote says, if you're serious about changing your relationship, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. If you're serious about changing your relationship, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. So let's talk about that. I know a lot of people have, I've been reading a book in my LoveTank book club, and we've been talking a lot about hashtag relationship goals. And a lot of times we find ourselves going in a rabbit hole when it comes to relationship goals because we typically compare our relationships to unrealistic expectations. That's what it really just boils down to. We think that these pictures and these images, I know somebody just got a car from a gentleman, I don't know who they are, but somebody just got a car and it was going viral. It was all over the place. And people were like, hashtag relationship goals. Like, really? We are basing successful relationships based on tangible things. So if you really want to deep dive into this quote and really want to change your relationship, you will do what it takes and do the work. As my therapist always says, the work is not easy, but the work is necessary. If you want to change the dynamic of your relationships, you will do that very thing. You will change your relationship. If we're not changing our relationship, then you will find an excuse. So let me dive deep into this. As I've said in my other live videos, LoveTank is just not a platform for intimate relationship, marriages, dating relationships. I would like to dive deep, and I would like to start and have those conversations that we did not have as children. So if it comes to any aspect of a relationship, so let's take a mother and daughter relationship, very strained, very unrealistic, they don't talk often, they have some issues, a mom that's very radical, a mom that's very addicted to things, a mom that's very, very not present, because we always talk about the fathers not being present, but then sometimes moms are not present. You can have what it takes. You have the ability to change those relationships. But what do we do? You either find a way to change those relationships, or you're going to find an excuse. I want us to get out of the way of the excuses. Either you want a different life, or you want a different dynamic of your relationships and you want to do things differently, or you just find an excuse. Because posting about issues within your relationships is not a solution. You can post any and everything all day long, but you're not going to have a solution. You can discuss these relationships with other individuals, which I don't recommend, but that is not a form of change. So when I say, if you have not got Love Theory by LoveTank, I want to read this quote again for those of you just joining us. If you're serious about changing your relationship, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. That's what we're discussing right now. So when it comes to these relationships, we have time right now. Majority of us are unemployed. Some of us have time back. What I want us to really focus and hone in on, I had this conversation with one of my best friends yesterday. You can get the book at livelovetank.com. Give me just a second. Babe, can you pin the website so people can purchase the book on the live, please? Yeah. Thank you. When it comes to this time that we have, so a lot of people have complained about work. A lot of people have complained about their lack of time with family, lack of time with children. I remember working at Nordstrom, and I had a conversation with a father that was purchasing shoes, and we were having a conversation because during that time I was writing another book, which will come out soon, called Just a Number. And we were having this conversation where a lot of people in relationships, okay, all relationships, have the lack of time with one another. I had to measure his child's foot, which we do on a normal. When you come into the kid's shoes, we measure your feet. It's a vibe, okay? It's a vibe. So when it comes to the father, he had no idea what the child's shoe size was. And I had to reassure him and let him know that happens every 3 to 6 months, your child's foot grows. And he really felt some type of way because when we had this conversation, he stated that he did not know anything about his child. I was mind blown. Okay? I was like, wait, what? He said he spent majority of his time in a work environment, spending time with these companies, and boom, he doesn't know his child. So I say that to say, we have time back, and we have talked a lot about the lack of time and the lack of not having intimacy with our loved ones. So if you really want to change your relationship and you're still finding an excuse, that's a problem because you have time to do so. We have to get out of the mindset of thinking that we don't have time to do things, because now we have a certain amount of time to do the things that we want to do. So for those of you just joining me, we are discussing my book, Love Theory, on page 7. And the quote that we're discussing today is, if you're serious about changing your relationship, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. I wrote this quote Oops, sorry guys, for those who are on Facebook. I'm trying to learn how to utilize Facebook Live. So let me switch the camera back. Perfect. Okay. So for those of you, you'll find a way. So I don't know if you guys know the song. I have to get the song, but it's You'll Find a Way by an artist that I used to model to this song with Jackie, and this song is such a vibe. And it really inspired me to actually find a way. The thing about relationships are difficult. Nobody has taught us in our childhood to actually have solid, fruitful relationships. We have to, son, you want your shirt? Okay, here. We have to think about what's important to us. And if you're not doing the work to have these difficult conversations, I wish in my childhood that I was able to have certain conversations and just wait until my birthday. I have our LoveTank cards dropping on my birthday. They are full of fruit. They are full of questions that we wish we had when we were children. But I say that to say, you have to want to do the work. You have to want to find relationships that are things that you want to work on. You want to sit here with me? Okay. It's my son, y'all. So when it comes to relationships, so let's use my godson for an example. If I do not do the work and have conversations with him at his age, we will not have a solid relationship. I have to put in work. He only knows me based on, here, get in closer. She can be in the camera. Based on the relationship that we're building. And at this age, it's difficult to have conversations with youngsters because we are so caught up in what we don't know and what we lacked as from what wasn't told to us. So at this age, I wish my mama was having some sort of conversation with me so that now I wouldn't have to do so much research on relationships. So, in your intimate relationship, in your marriages, if things fall short, which they do, we're human. Not every relationship is going to be perfect. Not everything, we will have to learn to have hard conversations in our marriages. But are you willing to do the work? Are you going to make an excuse? That's really what it boils down to. Stop making excuses. Get in the mind shift and the mindset and think about love and relationships differently. Okay? Because if you continue to make an excuse, that'll be your habit. They say it takes a certain amount of days to create a habit, right? So if you think about habits. So Amir, what is your favorite game that you're playing right now?
My favorite game I'm playing right now is
What are you playing upstairs in Nemo's room?
my Beyblade.
So did you just know how to play a Beyblade, or did you have to practice?
Practice.
Okay. So he is having to practice his Beyblades in order to get great, because you're pretty dope at your Beyblades. They're all over the room. They're flying everywhere. And when Nemo tried to do it last night, I didn't do very well, right? It didn't go pretty far. So when it comes to relationships, love tankers, you have to practice and you have to do the necessary work to get to the point of getting better and better and better. Because the same thing with his Beyblades, he didn't just automatically know how to do it. He had to learn, he had to practice. So when it comes to our love and our relationships, we have to do the same things. We have to practice and we have to do the work. If you continue to make an excuse when it comes to your relationships, you will continue to have the same result, period. The result will be your repetitiveness within your excuses, okay? So again, we are diving into my book, Love Theory. We are on page 7, and the quote reads, "If you're serious about changing your relationship, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse." Okay? So, Love Tankers, my goal for you guys this week is if you really, 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 really want to do the work, and you need help and you can't do it alone, I'm here. I am an available resource. I have a plethora of information for you. My book has some tools. My book has some tools and resources, but I'm your resource. If you really want to do the work and change the dynamic of your relationship, no excuses, okay? We have the ability to do that now. This world, this is our next generation, kids. This world, this is the goal here, to make sure that generational curses are broken, to make sure that we are doing the work in our relationships, where it's with your mother, father, where if it's with your spouse, if it's with children, if it's with your nieces and nephews, if it's with your uncle, whomever, if it's any dynamic of a relationship and you really want to do the work, do it. No more excuses. Literally, you'll find a way to do it if you truly believe and you truly want to, or you'll find an excuse. And don't come talking to me if you got an excuse, because I don't do excuses. I do work and I do results, period. So if you're willing to do work and you want to produce results, holler at me, because I'm your girl. But anyway, Love Tankers, if you guys have not purchased your book, my wife has put the link in the comment section. It's livelovetank.com. And you can also get merch like this, and for kids, stand up here, and for kids, Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter right now. All lives matter, but right now we're talking Black lives. So thank you guys so much for allowing me into your space, into your homes this Saturday morning. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing about your Beyblades. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
I love you. So next week, it'll be Saturday or Sunday for the live video, but I want to make sure that we continue to dive deep into Love Theory. It's more than just 365 pages of quotes. There's my blogs in here. I poured my heart out into this, and I want to make sure that we have those uncomfortable conversations, because who wants to have conversations that we didn't have as children? I do. I want to have those conversations, and I definitely want to have them with you. So I'll catch you next time. And you can always share this video. You can share this video on Instagram, on Facebook. I will have it as an IG story so that you guys can share it. But go ahead, and I challenge you this week to have this quote conversation with somebody you love. Ask them if they're willing to do the work, or ask them if they're going to be making excuses, because sometimes we have to be the seed planters and you see the fruit multiply. But sometimes you got to plant the seed in somebody and have them think about what they're doing and how they're doing it. We're not always the one to actually watch it grow. Sometimes we're just here to plant the seed, and then somebody else watches it grow. But my challenge for you this week is to be a seed planter. Plant that seed and give them some info. But Love Tankers, it's your girl Jasmine Cruz. My nephew, my godson, my son Amir joined us on this live video, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Mwah. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.